One of my favorite tools in Maya is the Multicut tool. So I'm just going to create a quick plane here to demonstrate some of its features. So I'll go ahead and hide the grid for this demo. So I usually access it through the context menu with shift right click and a left drag. You can access it through the modeling toolkit as well. And the most common way that I use it is just to go right into a mesh and start cutting in details. So you can see I can cut exactly what I want, and I can do hard surface or organic details with this tool. So in this case, I'm making something sort of like a cliff face or something, right? So I can just go in here now and delete, and I can grab these faces and just quickly drag out some detail. Another common way for me to use this tool is for cleanup on n-gons. You can see this big polygon face has a lot of sides and can be a little difficult for some of the tools to calculate. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to Multicut tool, and I'm just going to click on each vertice and hit W when I connect that. So now I can hit G to go back to my Multicut tool, because that uses the last tool, and hit W. And I just keep repeating this process. I tried to be mindful when I place that second layer below to have the similar amount of verts so that this would come out cleanly here. So click, click, G, click, click. And the reason we want to clean that up and give some clean flow here, I'm going to go ahead and delete this backside here. We don't really need that right now. And the reason is because I had an n-gon on the back too, but I don't want to clean that up right now for the demo purposes. So now that we have a clean connection, you can see that we're going to get a nice edge loop that goes around this edge ring here. If I hold down shift, it'll snap at 10% increments. So if you want precise placement on the edges here, you know that's about 10% on either side. Another thing you can do is holding down control instead of left clicking, you can middle mouse click, and that'll put it right to the center between these two verts. You can see at the bottom where we didn't clean up that n-gon, it's not gonna link around here. So that's why we want to clean that up. But we do have another feature inside the Multicut tool that allows us to deal with this. We can do the quick slice, which we just left click and drag across the mesh, and that's just gonna slice right through the mesh. Another way that we can use this quick slice is if we just click on one point and click on another, and now we have these 2 points that we can actually manipulate around, or you could just middle mouse drag the whole object around, and we can still move the mesh, and you can see nothing is getting cut yet until we hit W. Now that we've done that, we have clean geometry through here, so we're actually able to, if we go back to object mode and Multicut, you can see we can get that full loop again, right? But not up here, because we have to clean this up still. So those are probably the most common ways that I like to go in and use the tool. You can also access some features if you go and click on the box here, on this little option box. This is going to pull up some different options, like the ability to change your snap setting. So now I set this to 25%. So now if I hold down shift, it's only going to snap in 3 different positions. You can see here on the 25, 50, and 75% marks. Edge flow, this is sometimes really useful if you want to clean up geometry. Say that I didn't want this so faceted. I wanted this to be a little bit cleaner. I could hold down, control and shift, and this will allow me to snap in. And as I click, you can see that it's actually smoothing out my geometry there to give me nice flow, hence edge flow. So just don't forget to turn it off, because sometimes it'll do weird behavior on other parts of the mesh. So yeah, that's the most common way that I use the Multicut tool. Very useful tool. All right, so let's just review what we covered here. So first we looked at how we could cut directly on the mesh to either customize or clean up your geometry. Second, we looked at how we could cut across the whole mesh with either the edge loop cut tool or the quick slice. And lastly, we covered how we could use the tool settings to customize the tool for our needs. All right, everybody, good luck and have fun.